welcome back to another GRA podcast episode. We're actually on number 11. It's kind of crazy that we've got through 10 and 11 episodes. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for just consuming the content that I've been putting out. I really like doing podcasting. I've been, pretty much enjoying it for the last several months. So thank you guys for listening in. Today we're going to do the Oscar predictions for 2023. Well, for the movies that came out in 2022, the Oscars that are in 2023. I'm just going to go over a select amount of categories because I don't want to go through them all. I'm going to talk about what I want to happen, what movies I want to win, and what movies I think will win. And sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different. I'm going to talk about that. Just a preface, I haven't seen all the movies that came out in 2022. I haven't seen a lot of the movies that were nominated, but that's okay because I know like a good enough, a fair share amount of other movies and what they're about and what they did well in and who was in them. The people behind the camera as well. So I'm really excited to do this. I think this is going to be a pretty fun, cool episode. Just go through a select amount of categories that I like talking about. So let's do it. Oscar predictions. Here we go. Actress in a supporting role. I would like Stephanie Shu to win for her performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I think Angela Bassett will win. Angela Bassett has won a couple awards this award season. I think that's giving her a good Oscar push. I think her performance in Wakanda Forever is very, very good, and I don't even think she's in that many scenes in the movie, but her character really shines through even in the small parts. Stephanie Shu is in the pretty much the whole movie of Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that's why I kind of want her to win. I think she's a young actress and had to display a lot of emotion through that movie, but I think Angela Bassett is going to win. Next up is costume. I would like Babylon to win, and I haven't even seen Babylon a lot. I haven't seen it, but I've seen a lot of things about it, and I think the costuming really blends in well with the whole idea of the movie, and I think the movie wasn't really portrayed very well very well at the in the different nominations at the Oscars. So I think when giving them this award would be kind of cool. What I think will win is Wakanda Forever, and I don't think Wakanda Forever is going to clean up at the Oscars either. I just think they're going to win these two different categories because the costumes in Wakanda Forever were kind of crazy. They're very well done, and I think the Academy is going to go through that way. Sound, I think I want the Batman to win for sound. I remember thinking back and what was like my idea about the Batman. I love Robert Pattinson. I love the cinematography, but I also love the sound. I love the music and the sound effects. I always thought it was a very crisp sounding movie. It was also a very like mysterious sounding movie. There was cool little musical notes going on throughout the scenes, and I just really enjoyed that. I think Top Gun Maverick will win because that's also a great sounding movie. I think the sound effects and sound design in that movie, especially with the aircrafts and whatnot, with the loud sounds, I think that will win the Academy's favor in that one. I think the best original score, I would like the Fablemans to win, and I think the Fablemans will win. However, the Fablemans wasn't really. I know that the Fablemans is part of Best Picture, but I don't think the Fablemans, the movie, was necessarily represented very well at the Oscars. Granted, there's a whole lot of movies, whole lot of really good movies last year, and I understand that they have to carefully navigate through all of them. But I think that Fablemans for what they got, and they were nominated in the score department. I think they will win. I would like to see Steven Spielberg get that award in sound. Adapted screenplay, I would like Glass Onion to win. I really liked that movie. I think that was good. I think the way that the screenplay was adapted through the screen, through the actors, through the directing, I think that was a very well adapted screenplay movie. But I think what will win was All Quiet on the Western Front. Given its different iterations of the movie, given like from the book, I think it just makes more sense as even a war movie, and it's also nominated for Best Picture. So I think that's what has it going for it. But I also think I think go up to either one of these. And granted, all these predictions could be completely wrong, but I think both of these movies have a pretty good chance of winning adapted screenplay. But I think All Quiet on the Western Front is going to come through with it. And next we have Best Original Screenplay. I would like Everything Everywhere All at Once because I've never seen something so creative, so original be put on screen. And I know we've dealt with the multiverse before as fans and consumers, such as like the Marvel and Marvel movies and other things like that, superheroes. But I really like the little twist of like familial aspects of it and that really personal aspect and concepts with that movie. But I think what will win was The Fablemans because I think it's Steven Spielberg's almost like child. I know he's made so many good movies throughout his life, but I think The Fablemans is something that he really cares about. And I think that just carries through the filmmaking and the acting and the directing, and the look and the style of the movie. I think the original screenplay, that like the screenplay is what carries that movie. I think that's what's going to win at the Oscars. Actor in a supporting role, I would like Barry Keoghan to win in his performance in Banshees of Inisherin. I love Barry Keoghan, and I don't want to just hop on this train because he's going to be the Joker. I've seen him in a couple other things, and he's also in the Eternals. I think he's a really good actor. I think he's an underrated actor, and I think him now being um, nominated for a supporting role would almost usher him into like this idea that like everybody would like him. He might become, if he wins this, might become a household name possibly. But I think what will win is Kui Kwan. The supporting role in Everything Everywhere All at Once. His character was so good, so it was so interesting to see him. I think he performed well. I think that's like really like his story from being a kid actor and all the way up now he's an adult and he's in such a great movie and now nominating for all these Oscars. I think it's great, but I think he will win that. Original song, I didn't really have a a stake in this. I think I would want to see Hold My Hand, but I think what will win is the song from RRR. I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. It wasn't nominated for Best Foreign Film, and it wasn't in the Best Picture category. So I think it's got to win something, right? It's probably going to win Original Song. Best International Feature Film. I would like to see All Quiet on the Western Front, because that's the only movie that I've heard from in the International Feature Film category, and I think that's what also is going to win. Um, Animated feature film, I would like to see Puss in Boots. I haven't seen Puss in Boots, but like everything I've seen about it, it's the animation's beautiful. I heard the story's awesome. I heard the characters are very cool and interesting. But I think what will win is Marcel with the Shell of Shoes on. Try to say that 20 times in a row. I just think that it was a lot less backing for that movie. It seemed a lot more personal. It seemed a lot less low budget. But I think that's going to be something that comes through with the Oscars. Now we get into like the nitty gritty. Now we got down to like the ones that not necessarily mean the most, but get the most attention. Film editing. I would like to see Top Gun Maverick to win. I really liked the editing in that movie. I think it was clear, concise. It wasn't even a long movie, but they told a pretty simple story within a span of about 2 hours. And I think it's a very good movie, very well edited movie. But I think what will win is Tar. Tar. There's a whole lot of good movies in 2022, and there's not a whole lot of awards that they can give to everything. But I think Tar will win this category. Cinematography. I would like honestly to see Elvis win. Elvis is such a bonkers, crazy movie. It is such insane to literally watch, and it's such like the visuals tell its own story and by itself. I also think that probably maybe will win. I'm not really too sure on cinematography. If the Batman was in this category, I would 100% say the Batman, will and want and will. But yeah, I think Elvis. Honestly, I don't know. This is like the one that's like I'm not really too sure. Visual effects. I want Avatar to win, and I believe Avatar will win because Avatar is pretty much visual effects is like the only thing going for it. Actor in a leading role, I would want to see Brendan Fraser, and I really don't want to, act like everybody else on Twitter thinking Brendan Fraser is like some Make a Wish kid. But honestly, I liked his comeback. He had a very good moving performance in The Whale. I would want to see him win. But I think what will win is Colin Farrell in Banshees of Inisherin. I think he did well in that movie. Colin Farrell is kind of an underrated actor, and this whole award season is a lot of underrated actors. Brendan Fraser, Colin Farrell, Michelle Williams, Michelle Yeoh, Austin Butler, a whole lot of different actors definitely coming into their own roles, coming into their own Hollywood careers. Actress in a leading role, I would like to see Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere at Once, but I think Michelle Williams will win in her performance in The Fablemans. I think Fablemans is going to do pretty well at the Oscars. I just don't think there's going to be one movie that takes up a lot of them. I think the movie that's going to take up most of the awards is probably Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then I think right behind that's maybe going to be The Fablemans or Banshees of Inisherin. or maybe Tar. You just never know. Directing, I would like to see Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I'm acting a little bit biased, but I really, really love that movie. I think the directing in that movie is absolutely insane. I know that other great directors like Steven Spielberg, um, Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino. I know that they could not have directed that movie as well as the Daniels did. And then I think what will win is Steven Spielberg for the Fablemans. I think I said earlier that the Fablemans was kind of underrated at the Oscars, but I think it wasn't in every single category, but every single category that it is in, I think it will win. And then the Best Picture, I would like to see Top Gun Maverick and Avatar, and I'm actually surprised that they put in those two movies. Two movies that made $1 billion at the box office, more blockbusters, and I'm surprised that that's what the Academy has done. They added two or a couple other movies that seem like Hollywood blockbusters and summer blockbusters into the Best Picture categories. Usually, it's like a lot of elitist, quiet movies that come out during the fall or winter. But no, they put out a lot of movies that a very well rounded category. And I think what will win is Everything Everywhere All at Once again. Again, I just love that movie. I think that movie has so many things going for it: cinematography, editing, supporting roles, leading roles, the story, the screenplay. I think everything about it of that movie is already has done great and will do great at the Oscars. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Talk to you guys in the next one.